this far. So, oh my god, look at that. It's amazing. Check those islands out. Oh my god. Side over here. Amazing sights on Gesterfort. Really something you don't want to miss out on. We were very lucky, some snow is coming in, so we could capture some things and straight out of here. Because we want to drive in the light a bit, and it's 2 o'clock. This was the first day with sunlight here. But definitely not too much. But we have seen it, and once the drone flew there, I've seen it all. Town must have heard me fly there. Straight on out of there. This was our last night in Norway here by the water. Beautiful fjord. And we're going to Finland, where we'll arrive in about 3 hours. And we have 1 month and a few days left, so we'll have to drive on. We'll definitely miss Norway. We had beautiful times, and I think Finland will be less spectacular. But alright, we want to see more. We have to go back to our regular life in a month, so we'll travel on. And we're driving past a few fjords and the water for 3 hours. We took the touristic route, and then we'll head into the mainland, so we'll only see lakes, and it's going to be a very different vlog, but definitely some drone flights still, maybe with the DJI Mini, because it's close to the border with Russia, so, but we'll have to see if it's safe to fly. I don't want my Mavic to be shut down. Oh, yeah, there went the reindeer. We're coming up against many reindeers now. Made a lot of pictures already. Really beautiful area. And they're everywhere in herds. So I just did a little drone flight, and I suddenly heard some things in the in the bushes, and there were like 10 reindeers, and when I landed they just walked away, but I did not see them for like 10 minutes. Super funny how that goes. It's a super cold area here. Almost minus 15, but super happy I took this touristic route to Finland along the coast here. You would have never seen all these reindeers past the E6, so very cool. Actually a beautiful area with islands and fjords, frozen trees. Really loving this. People here drive quite fast. I was doing 70. He's coming by with his trailer. Amazing. Do one more drone flight before I head up in these mountains, because when we're driving out of there it will be dark, I think. Okay, I drove on yesterday quite far from the border because it was minus 25 until Inari here, and Inari is around minus 15 now, so that's a bit better for the camper to heat it up. And we're in Lapland now. Yeah, it's very different. I have to get used to it a bit. Yeah, we're not driving along the coast anymore, of course, but the roads here are straight and long, and not many exits, just trees and trees wherever you look. But here at Inari it is really beautiful. We did an awesome walk here today. Okay, this is Inari. We're gonna drive on in a bit. It's not too big of a village. Certainly worth a visit. Gonna do some groceries and then drive on a bit through Lapland. And there are some beautiful frozen lakes here. Many people driving around on snow scooters and special paths for that. But it should be the most touristic time of the year, but it's not mega busy. And I'm seeing for things to do, but yeah, they have excursions and safaris, and oh well, we can do our own little trips. There are a few hotels. It's a beautiful church here, but that's a bit it. We're paying in euros again, so it's quite convenient for us. Don't have to calculate what we're paying anymore. It's cute to visit, but I'm not going for an excursion or something, or a sleigh ride, I don't know. It's a nice village to stay at. Having my doubts a bit of staying around, or because I know there won't be many villages along this road. Probably sleep somewhere along the road, somewhere in the wilderness. Although there were super beautiful trails to visit here that were cleared, and that's less the case in Norway. There's not the Alpine Park here, so we'll definitely see a few along the road. It's getting dark. You can drive 100 kilometers an hour on most roads here, so it's quite a pace compared to Norway, because there are no steep hills or anything, or mountains you have to go through. Quite boring to drive here. The first part after the border was quite exciting, because there were trees like covered in snow, meters high, quite beautiful, although it was dark. Side roads here don't really look accessible. I don't know. I think we'll just find a spot along a hiking path for tomorrow again, and start the day with that. Okay, this is the next village, Ivalo. Drove a little circle, but there are a few shops. spectacular. It's also not touristic like Inali. Airport here. I think everybody who goes to Inali flies over here. Both villages are celebrating 150-year existence. So drive on. This is a ski resort, as you know. I saw it on the map too. The most northern ski resort, they call it. It's definitely of Finland, of course. Saariselka. Open yet? It's not so big, I think. is a bit away from the slopes. Maybe they don't have ski out there. Quite good actually. Check it out on the internet. Saariselka. Well, I'm actually gonna try this out tomorrow, Saariselka, because it's 24 slopes and they have 16 pistes lit up at night. So that's quite cool. And it's €50 a day, it's fine. It's the season pass is very affordable here, €300, and then premium, including equipment, is €500. So you imagine that if you live here. I'm gonna find a spot to sleep for the night. This night we're getting some snow, so it hasn't snowed for a long time, if I'm lucky. There's a little bit of a fresh layer. And I think parking is free here. So yeah, it's actually not so bad. I think you could even camp here. I don't know. Would they mind that? Does not have signs like say that you can't, so oh well, I'll check the village out. Maybe they have a camp spot or something, but it does not look like it. Okay, we were in Saariselka today, skiing and snowboarding a bit. And it was super nice there, super chic village actually, small but very nice to be at, and the pistes were okay. Like I'm used to very large resorts, so it's a bit small for me. But we had one day with some fresh snow, so we drove on, and now we have to make a choice. We're at Sodankila. We can take the E63 or the E75 to the Botanic Sea. And I really have my doubts with this one. We can pass some nature reserves on the E63. Or we can drive past the ocean to Helsinki. And the E63 has some nice lakes. Hossa National Park, Risin Tunturi. Yeah, Park Ulanka. It's all parks where you cannot really go now. And I don't know what's better. The Botanic Sea is not really warmer. Maybe it's a nicer view, because here we're just passing trees and... But oh wait, well, most ski areas are down the E63, so I could also go for a week of skiing. I'm gonna think about that. There are not really big villages or cities in either direction, and we'll end up in Helsinki anyway. But I'm gonna sleep over it, I think, and it's a bit hard here to find a nice spot. There's a little center here. I'll drive past it and then we'll find a spot, and then tomorrow we'll decide. Okay, I've looked into it, and although it's winter time, the E63 is way more scenic, and the other highway, E75, is wider and safer, things like that. We're not going for that, I think. We're missing the Botanic Sea then, but I've seen coastlines for a month. This center is super old school. Really love the look with these trees here. And I'm gonna find a spot somewhere here. There's a campsite, but it must be closed. Gas stations here on each corner. But we don't need gas. We just got water at the last gas station. Super nice. New propane bottle. I saw on the map there's even little here. I haven't been there in 2 months or something. Maybe just get some donuts. Okay, last night we drove a little bit down the E63. And I must say, it's something else than the E75. It's really, another experience. There are not many places down the road where you can stop. So I'm having second thoughts. You know, it's quite a long-term decision. I can take the E75 and see some villages. Or I can do the scenic route E63, but it's very scenic, and there are chances I cannot get off the road that much. So we found this spot quite far from the road. I dug a little place out so we could even turn last night. And it's of course beautiful here, but I mean, like, where are you gonna find this? There are no cars passing here. Haven't seen anyone, haven't heard anyone. The dog can play at free will, and but might be a lonely week and a lot of driving because we cannot exit anywhere. So last night I thought I'm going back to the E75, and now I'm thinking, you know, daylight's something else too. We're gonna do this. There are some cool ski resorts. We'll just check those out. And it's a bit overwhelming. Like, I don't know. There are choices. It's like a once in a lifetime trip. But Also, we're very lucky this road is accessible. Let's see if we can get out of here in one go. I think so. This is quite deep snow, but there are some tracks. I've seen 2 cars by now. Very pretty road. Bit bumpy. And we'll head on the E63. It is the E63. It's the first time I see it by light. Which is a bit better than in the dark, I must say. Beautiful to drive along this road, but like I said, most exits are not cleared, so that's the overwhelming part. These are like parkings along the road where you could overnight, which is not so nice, of course, right on the road here. They only clear like a few meters, so I would never sleep there. So we're just gonna drive from village to village and then sleep close to those. There's almost no one on this road, so that's quite beautiful to drive alone here. And I wonder if these villages are alive in the winter time or deserted. Of course, some people live here, but that's the only concern, that we'll just be driving and not seeing anything. Oh well, the E75 is a road maybe I'll see some other day, when you need to travel fast up to the north. And yesterday evening I really thought like, oh, I'm not gonna do this road, I'm gonna head back, but should be very beautiful. not gonna see any cities. There's just one day of snow up ahead, and this road we just came off is actually quite doable, although the snow is quite deep, so I thought I would have to get some chains on last night. That's definitely not the case on this road, so we'll try to do without. The dog loved our little spot just now, so he would rather stay there and not be driving a few hours a day, but we have 1 month left. This vlog I've turned the vlog off again because it's hard to see then to use the right aperture, so in my 5th vlog of the north of Norway it was getting a bit lighter, and yeah, I did not pay attention to that, so it's a bit harder to edit. There are some overexposed parts, so I have to cut a lot anyway. But because there's more light, I have to close the aperture a bit again. This is f4. 1.8 is of course way too light for this time a day. This truck went off the road here, so probably fell asleep. Wonder if they wait for the summer to pull that out. Definitely need a crane for that. It's definitely a dangerous road if you get caught in the snow on the side. It pulls you in. It's definitely recently seeing the tracks. The more I'm driving down this road, the more I'm appreciating it, because an E75 is really like quite a common road. This is really a back road through the nature, and definitely a lot to see here. Even if we would just drive past this all, still very nice to see. There was a nice parking there. I really hope to see some trails though to hike. And I've been wanting to buy like the snow boot things to walk on the snow, and I might still actually do that, because otherwise you cannot walk anywhere here. And the dog just floats on the snow. She does not drop down in it, but I was this morning 50 centimeters deep at least, just trying to make some pictures and walk a nice path, so it would be really cool to just be able to walk anywhere, you know. sky through the white trees here, super pretty. Look at that. So there are some signs down the road with indication of leisure and like ski area or a hiking path. And you see those quite a lot, but it just indicates that there is a hiking trail somewhere along that road. So it might be like 100 kilometers away until you find that snow park or that trail you want to walk. So you really need to keep your phone with you to check if it's like far away. Like I'm not gonna drive 200 kilometers back and forth just to do a trail, you know, but it's quite funny how that works. It indicates like a village separate from the leisure, so it's a bit hard to find out like how far away this trail then actually is, and often it's not really cleared in the winter time even, so, or not used, so that's a bit hard for me to find out. And also most signs are covered with snow or half covered, that you cannot really read most of it or the distances. Like it's a bit hard to find that out just by checking the signs. If I had someone with me who could check the map a bit while driving, that would be superb, but that's definitely not the case. Kusami is not so far away, it's less than 100 kilometers, so we'll see. There are not too many trails right down the E63. That's my conclusion. I think in the summertime you can just walk anywhere in these forests, but did see some snow scooter paths. That's really popular here. Imagine visiting a friend just by snow scooter, driving past the road or through the woods. Really amazing. But I got the dog in her snowsuit and she's looking at me like, can we hike a bit? So I'm gonna try. should be 2 kilometers, so we'll just have to see. There's also a walking path here down the road, which the E63 does not have, but don't want to do that. Few slopes too. Oh, I should have just drove on a bit back, but alright. There's not being skied, that's for sure. It seems closed. Oh no, they are snowboarding. Okay, this is Kusamo village. Which is a touristic hotspot because of the airport here, but there are buses pendeling to Ruka ski resort, so it's like half an hour. Unfortunately, the Christmas lights are not burning. And the center is not so special. I expected a bit more actually. I thought, oh, I'll drive over to see the city here. It's quite big, but the center is not so amusing. Huge holiday resort before with a swimming pool and golf course. Super huge, but nothing for us to see here actually. Okay, here we are. Ruka. There's a cloud right now hanging over the slopes, quite cool with the lights. And it's already looking quite touristic here. I checked and there's a camper spot for us underneath the slope somewhere. Oh yeah, it is. There are two spots below and above the slopes. To drive through, of course, but I don't know how suitable it is with the camper. We might do a little walk through it. This is still running actually. Quite cool. And it's past 6, so the dog is looking at me through the window like, what the hell are you doing? Never had the camper this close to a piste before. So maybe we'll just take a 4-day pass. So yeah, our elevator's still going. So it's gonna be a long days of skiing here. I'm talking about ski in, ski out. Got a little private spot here, which is quite cool. And I can visit the dog when I'm on the slope real quick. Okay, it's Thursday morning. We're doing a little walk to the village Ruka, and we'll take the elevator to the top. It's not so far. There's like a gondola going, so I can take the dog. Okay, it's a small village, but on the other side there's also a village. The hills here, and you can go with the gondola to it and hop back, and it goes until 11 o'clock, so it's quite cool. In the evening they have very cool lights now at the moment, because it's Northern Light Festival they call it. It's until Monday, the 2nd of February. And they have colored lights everywhere on the piste and in the village. Quite cool. So we're taking this gondola up. There's also a coaster, a roller coaster, but need special tickets for that.